Okay, so I want you to imagine this. You've been texting someone that you've been dating for weeks. You send a message and no reply. Another message, still nothing. Days pass. You check their social media. They're active, but to you, it's like they vanished into thin air. No explanation, no goodbye, just silence. Of course, the natural response to that kind of sudden break of communication is to blame yourself. Well, in this video, we're gonna break down exactly why ghosting happens, because in the vast majority of cases, it says more about them than it does you. And we're going to break it down so that you can stop taking it so personally. Ghosting's become the go-to exit strategy in modern dating. That way there's no awkward conversations, no confrontations, just disappearing, hoping the other person gets the hint. But if you've been ghosted, you know how deeply it hurts. And it's not just about the unanswered text, it's about the self-doubt that it creates. The endless questions. Was it something I said? Did I misread something? Am I not worth an explanation? Ghosting hits deep because it removes closure, and our brains crave closure. But here's what you need to know. You're not the problem. Their inability to communicate is the problem. But nevertheless, it still hurts. I'd love to hear about how ghosting affected you. How did it make you feel? Drop a comment below. I would really like to hear your experiences. So here are 8 psychological reasons people ghost. Here's the first reason. Some people ghost because they're afraid of the reaction. Someone they ended a relationship with in the past stalked them, they got angry, maybe even they got violent, and they've carried that baggage into your relationship, which is about them, it's not about you. Disappearing to them is the safest way out of a relationship. By the way, this might be something early in a romantic relationship to explore. How did you break off relationships in the past? Because if they've done it in the past, they'll likely repeat it with you. The second reason is they're conflict avoidant. Conflict is uncomfortable. Let's be honest, most of us didn't grow up learning how to handle conflict well. Ghosting is the ultimate conflict avoidance strategy. There's no rejection, no guilt, just silent. Third reason that people ghost is because they want to hurt the other person. Some people, believe it or not, they know how confusing and painful it is, and they use it to create emotional chaos. It's a power move that's designed to leave the other person questioning themselves. Fourth reason people ghost is the fear of being perceived as mean. Some ghosters believe that they're doing the kinder thing. They think saying I'm not interested is cruel, and so they vanish, just assuming you'll get the message. Spoiler alert, it is not kinder. It's just easier for them. Fifth, some people get overwhelmed by how to end a relationship. Some people overthink the breakup so much that they freeze. How do I do this without hurting the other person? Should I text? Should I call? What if they cry? Their birthday is next week. Maybe I'll just wait. And in all of that overthinking, they just end up doing nothing. Sixth is fear of an uncomfortable conversation. Breakups are awkward. Nobody likes watching another person get hurt. And for some, the discomfort of seeing somebody else in pain is just too much to handle, so they disappear, kind of avoiding the moment altogether. The seventh reason people ghost is just because they refuse to explain themselves. Some ghosters believe that they don't actually owe anyone an explanation. They're done, and that's all that matters. They don't want follow-up questions. They don't want emotional reactions. They don't want drawn-out conversations, so they just vanish. And then finally, for some people, ghosting is all they know. If you've never seen a healthy breakup, how would you know how to do one? For many people, ghosting is simply just how relationships end. It's what they've experienced, and so it's what they do. Now the question is ghosting ever justified? And the answer is yes. If someone is threatening, if they're manipulative, if they're abusive, ghosting is self-protection. But outside of that, there's almost always a better way. What do you think? Do you believe ghosting is ever justified? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And because conflict is something so few people know how to handle, check out this video where I talk about handling conflict in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. If you're tempted to ghost, here's a simple alternative. A short, kind message. Something as simple as, hey, I've enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't feel like this is the right connection for me. I wish you all the best. It's direct, it's honest, and it gives the other person clarity, something that ghosting never does. The way that we end relationships says a lot about who we are. If we want to build better relationships, we have to handle endings with honesty, not avoidance. Thanks so much for watching. For smarter people skills and better relationships, hit subscribe. Grace and peace to you.